there can't be a path forward when there is an immense dedication to misunderstanding and destroying. There has to be a line, and people crossed lines, and then they sat there. They sat on that line.
Now, obviously, we're coming off of the end of season 7 of Potomac. It was a rough one in many ways. I'm curious, do you see a path going forward with this same group of ladies? And if so, what do you think that looks like?
I see a path forward with some.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, anytime you're dealing with a dynamic group like ours, there has to be, room for grace for some, and understanding. And I'm always one to consider grace and consider moving forward, especially if it's what's best for the group as a whole. Mm-hmm. And then there are some relationships that for me are just irreparable. There can't be a path forward when there is an immense dedication to misunderstanding and destroying. There has to be a line, and people crossed lines, and then they sat there. They sat on that line. So I'm where I am going into a new season, if there's a new season.
Of course.
No, you never know. I'm at the line, and you have to come and meet me. And that requires humility, and that requires honesty and authenticity. And these are adjectives that I have never seen from some of these girls. So can they do that? I don't know, but I'll be here moisturized and, minding my business, going on.
Highly favored. Yeah. Well, now on what side of the line does Gizelle fall? Because obviously you guys are Thailand buddies in the upcoming season of Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yeah. So going into Thailand, we had just wrapped Potomac 2 weeks prior. And it's important to note, because the audience they get confused.
Yeah.
I had not seen any of season 7, and we had not shot the reunion.
Okay.
So everything that Gizelle said behind mine and my husband's back, I was not yet privy to. Everything about him being a sneaky link and trying to get with her and painting him as this predator, who is someone who is a far cry from who he is. There was a concerted effort to tear him down,
right?
And I was not aware of that. If I had been aware of that, I think I would have been less open to trying to have peace on the trip, for the sake of the trip and for the sake of, all of the new women we were going to meet. I wanted to go in and be at a sort of ground zero with her, even though I was not completely comfortable and definitely felt like I couldn't trust her, and was still really hurt by what she had done, not knowing that I was going to be hurt even more several months later when I saw everything she said.
Right. And was there any kind of conversation that you had with her going into filming, being like, listen, I know this past season we've had these misunderstandings or these difficult times, but this is a fresh chapter? Or was it kind of just your vibe going forward?
No, I think I want to say we did. I know we texted about who all was cast. And because I don't know if you remember, but at first it was somebody, and then it was Tinsley from New York.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tinsley backed out. And then they were kind of like doing some searching, and then Portia came in at the last second.
Right.
To be cast. And I remember that was a crazy day, because everybody was like, oh, this is going to be good, because now Portia's coming, and Portia they're going to be fighting. So, and I remember texting Gizelle like, oh, your friend is coming. Like, this is good. But I don't remember if we had like a come to Jesus conversation. I think we were both just trying to move forward. And obviously she wants to move forward because then she doesn't have to answer for anything she's done. And then I want to move forward because I don't want to be the negative Nancy to harp on things and bring down a new experience.
Right. I mean, you're going to Thailand.
Right.
What was your favorite thing that you did in Thailand?
Oh my God, there were so many things. So we each got to host a day or an evening. And my hosting duties were really fun and funny. We had a sort of a naming ceremony for each of the ladies. Some of them loved it and some of them didn't, which I thought was really fun. The shade was thrown in the appropriate places. If that tells you
always.
And then I had a surprise for all the girls at the end of the naming ceremony. So it was a fun, and we got to experience a part of the Thai culture in the surprise, which was really cool. And you get to see that. I mean, every day was fun. We did the Elephant Sanctuary was really adventurous and out of my comfort zone. We went to an actual sanctuary where like their version of church.
Oh wow.
And we had to dress in like traditional Thai attire and be covered, and we got to actually kneel and do the prayer. We actually went through the process that they go into the sanctuary to pray, and that was really interesting. And it was a beautiful old structure that had been standing for many years. So that was beautiful. And then we got to actually dress in traditional Thai attire. And it was our producers were really amazing and found this group of people that let us borrow traditional Thai attire. And I think you see it in the title card. We're all standing in that group photo.
Oh, that's that.
That was from that night. And that night was beautiful. We went to this beautiful restaurant and they took us on this like boat from one side to the other to go eat. It was stunning. So there wasn't a dull moment. There really wasn't a dull moment.
Oh yeah. So you've got all these fun activities. You're going in with like a clean heart, clean vibes. At the end of the trip, looking back, were you like, this was a good experience, or was it mixed reviews?
It was mixed reviews for sure.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm happy that I went. I don't regret going because it's always such a blessing to travel and see different parts of the world, especially when it's free. Thanks, Peacock. So I can never say that I regret experiencing a different part of the world and different culture. I would, maybe not take some of the drama with me.
Yeah.
And that made it really hard to maneuver some of the time. But it was a fun trip. And now that I am back and I survived, I can really say, yeah, that was great. In the moment, maybe not so much in the moment, but it was worth it for sure.
And if you could have gone back and changed one thing, would you have done anything differently, or would you maybe just bring different people with you?
I would have maybe switched out a few people. And then I would have maybe not been in my head so much at the beginning. I really was stressed at the beginning about just being far away from home and not being in a good place with my husband at the time. And I allowed that anxiety to take over a lot in the beginning. And it was really bad. And so I would have kind of talked myself off of that ledge a little bit more and tried to really enjoy the beginning of the trip and take it all in. But I would definitely bring like my family with me. That would help with some of the anxieties, like having.
Right. Not that exact group. Well, I am super excited to see the entire season. You're a blast to watch on TV, and I can't wait to see what goes down.
It's going down in Thailand. It's so good. So I can't wait for you guys to see it.